Telemetry Hub is live. You know, sometimes you just need to get a good old scream out. How are my beautiful OriginTrail data pioneers doing today? You know, I owed you guys a video for last week. Trust me, I still have it. But this is also very important. So I said, you know what? I'll do this one. So today we're going to be getting your OriginTrail nodes up and running. Do you guys feel as beautiful as me today? Listen, today I feel so beautiful that I think that if you were to see me in person, you might just leave your spouse to get married to me. Today is a good day because today your nodes are going to be pumping out them jobs. So first of all, we have a new install script that we're going to need to get through. So without further ado, let's begin. So today we will be following through these particular instructions. We're going to be getting your Dockerless node up and running. And as you can see, what's the big difference? We don't have a lot of steps to do. It's very simple thanks to our community member, Calvin, and other members who help assist with building our install script. So now you just run one script and it installs your node. But before we need to get here, you obviously need to have your node and your wallets and all of that and be sexy like me. So let's get that done. The first thing you're going to need to do is, of course, create a DigitalOcean account. Now, to be clear, DigitalOcean is not the only service that you can leverage to utilize a platform that spawns VPSs or servers for you. So DigitalOcean is not the only one, but just for the sake of this video, you can find one that best suits your need. It allows us to install all these different servers for which we will then upload our OriginTrail data and our node will be running. So of course, create your DigitalOcean account. And after you've created your DigitalOcean account, this is pretty much what your initial screen should look like for your OriginTrail. Well, I just set mine as OriginTrail v6 testnet, but you don't have to do that. It should come bare bones like this, okay? For now, we're just gonna leave that right there. Basically, at this step, this means your DigitalOcean account has been created. So we've already completed that. You're good to go. Next up, we're going to get your Metamask account set up. This is how your wallets will be interacting with the OriginTrail decentralized network. So, of course, to get to Metamask, you go to metamask.io, or if you want, you can just Google Metamask. And of course, the first thing that pops up in Google is metamask.io. Now, caution, you want to make sure you're getting the right domain because a lot of people get scammed going to the wrong places. So make sure you have this Metamask.io in your browser and you're good to go. You're going to download that and install the application. Now, once your MetaMask is installed, you do see this little logo to the top right corner of your screen. And if I do open that, what you can see is that I have already set up my wallet here. But what you can do is click here and you can scroll down to create a new account. And you can create an account or you can name your existing account to something else. So if I wanted to rename it, I can click here, account details, and I can rename my wallet and whatnot. Of course, this is not a MetaMask tutorial, but you're just going to need two key pieces of information from your MetaMask wallet. And that is the public address and your private key. Now, to obtain your public address, all you do is hit here. Voila, you've successfully copied your public address, and I'm going to ask that you store this in a safe location. For me, I'll be using Visual Studio Code. It's a text editor for now. So voila, I've gone ahead and pasted the public address for my v6 testnet node. Now, what we need is the private key. So now we can go on to, by the way, you can also do the expanded view. And now we're going to hit account details, and we're going to go down to export private key. Now, in this particular area, what you have to do is enter the password, whatever password you've used to create for your particular MetaMask account. And after that password is entered and you confirm, it will expose your private key. Keep in mind, you never, ever, ever want to give anyone across the entire globe, not even your wife, your private key. You never want to give anyone your private key, so you keep this information secure, okay? So of course, I'm gonna put it in this text document just for now for the sake of this video. So I have my public key, and here I have my private key below. All right, so one thing you're going to notice as you've set up your MetaMask wallet is that your node, your wallet is actually reading from the Ethereum mainnet. Now, the OriginTrail decentralized network is set up across multiple networks. That includes Polygon, Ethereum, and soon to be Polkadot. We're already with XDAI. And because we're using Polygon testnet for this particular testnet node that you're about to launch, you're going to need to be able to get the Polygon testnet Mumbai. How do you get that? Well, there's an easy way to do this by going to chainlist.org, and you're going to need to make sure you have your testnets button checked off. So if I reload this page, what you're going to see is testnet is comes default checked off. Check the testnet on, connect your wallet, and then let's do Polygon. Now, as you can see here, it gives you Polygon mainnet, Polyjuice testnet, but what we're looking for is the Mumbai testnet. So if I do add to MetaMask and then it hits switch network, what you will notice is, there you go, it's over to Polygon. And now you're officially ready to actually get your droplet, your node up and running. So we have all the information that we need really and truly to get our OriginTrail node set up. Isn't that exciting? Isn't it so quick? Isn't it so sexy? I know, it's a lot like me. So let's begin with the steps of getting your OriginTrail node up and running. And for that, we are about to return to DigitalOcean. So we're going to head back over to DigitalOcean. And as you can see here, I have a blank V6 testnet page. If I hit create, what we're going to do is create our droplet. It says create cloud server, right? So we're going to create our cloud server by hitting that. And well, what do you pick here? Well, what determines what you pick here is the actual instructions from the OriginTrail official documentation. It says, for prerequisites, we require a dedicated 4 GB of RAM, 2 CPUs, and at least 50 GB of hard drive space. And we need an Ubuntu server. So we know that we need Ubuntu. There we go. We know we needed at least 4 GB of RAM. We needed at least 50 GB of storage, and we needed at least 2 CPUs, which we do see with this particular requirement here. So we're going to check that. And where do you store your server? Well, preferably anywhere that's not going to get bombed by Russia. So let's go with New York or San Francisco. Let's do San Francisco. And let's do a password. All right. And of course, I always recommend backups in a live environment. Backups save money. Now, if you're in the OriginTrail network, it's set up such that if your nodes are compromised, people still cannot steal the actual track on your nodes. But if your data on the actual node is lost, well, you're losing potential money and all that work that you've done to store data. So you want to make sure that you have your backups at all times. But because we're testnet, we don't give a damn. We're moving on. All right, we're gonna name this one V6 baby, because V6 is our baby. All right, V6 baby. That's right, I like my baby. I love my baby. Let's hit create droplet. And what we're gonna get is V6 baby is gonna go all the way to the right, and then it's gonna give us our IP address and a nice little green dot right here to let you know that your baby is looking good today, just like yes. Okay, all right, so as you can see, we've successfully got our V6 baby up and running. And if you look over here, you can hit access console. Now this is going to spawn a window that allows you to run all of these commands that we were talking about in this particular section here. It's going to actually be ran from your console window, which, as you can see right here, you're in. So basically you will be copying and pasting your commands in there. I, however, do utilize a software called Terminus, which I love using for my installs. So this is what I'll be using today. It's the same concept, don't worry, same copy and paste instructions. So first thing we're gonna do is download all of the information we need, because if we check our server right now, it's empty. There's nothing here. There's no OriginTrail information here. So let's download, run that install, and hit enter. And sit back, relax as your node installs all the dependencies, all the packages that you need for your OriginTrail V6 baby. Let's do it.
Hep square. Like to hide in the dark to let the lips speak. Liquid supplement for them bird with a twisted and a chip beak. Hey, find the water's high. Hey, well, every time I show up, everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. When we arrive, bad minds start show up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rags and the flag them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them boom. I defy the odds, just like the Crips just defy the bloods. Like how the wind scream defy the bugs. Like how the tall boats defy the mud, yeah. Them try stop me flow, so me do like Trino. And I rectify the clock. Wet me and put me in electric chair, but all they did was electrify the plugs. Watch me,
then go hard and go harder. I bound for the size of Luke Skywalker. There's no man in this business to go like them are my father.
Hey, why move with the red eye? Lightsaber assist the Viking Jedi. Drive over them like a semi. Hey, 20,000 can rise against we like zombies on Juve morning.
They can't stop the gamers. They can't stop the gamers, love. My name is persistent and they can't stop hurricane from farming. Boy, they can't stop the gamers.
I want in time, I tell them. Hey, bad, light back the fire and burn them. Light back the fire and burn them. Hey, give me a vintage. Light back the fire and burn them. Light back the fire and burn them. Well, every time I show up, everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. When we arrive, bad minds start show up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them. Boom. Welcome the vintage garland. No Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage garland. I don't suffer from shrinkage, darling. Clean to my skin, there's no inkish, darling. Suit a black, not a pinkish garland. No iceberg could have sing this garland. It's the promoter while I feel Viking. Cause them in a broken English garland. Watch this, move your mother front 10 boy. We make you bleed like another man 10 boy. Enemies coulda never jump in boy. Climb the chart to another top 10 boy. Ha! And I know my business. I don't really care no business. We destroy the whole of them business. Hey! Obstacle coulda rise against we like zombies on Juve morning. Hey! They can't stop the garland. They can't stop the garland, love. My name is persistence and you can't stop hurricane from farming. They can't stop the garland. I'm on in time, I tell them. We are vintage garland. Bad, light back the fire and burn them. Light back the fire and burn them. Hey, give me a vintage garland. Light back the fire and burn them. Light back the fire and burn them. Well, every time I show up, everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. When we arrive, bad minds start show up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them go up. Everything blow up, everything blow up. All of the rag and the flag them. Vintage. Light back the fire and burn them. Vintage. Light back the fire and burn them.
Okay, we have arrived. So this portion here is asking between GraphDB and BlazeGraph. Now, the reason why we have different graph databases for people to leverage is because we want to offer variety. People have different preferences, enterprises have different preferences, and also each of these function differently. BlazeGraph has different caching mechanisms as it relates to GraphDB. So today we're going to be using BlazeGraph to install. We're going to be leveraging BlazeGraph. If you were to want to use GraphDB, keep in mind you do have to have the graph database distribution package on your system before running this install script. Okay. Now, thanks to some community members, however, we do have a one line that will install GraphDB for you. So it will pull the graph database distribution package that you need and automatically do all of that in one for you. But of course, today we are simply following the OriginTrail official documentation. So I want to do BlazeGraph. So let's do number 2 and hit enter, and then it will continue to install all the other dependencies that you need for your OriginTrail node. So yeah, let's get back to dancing.
Give me the island breeze, cool them vibes, coconut jelly, peas and rice, house and land, now we sharp like a knife, green in abundance, real love around me, yeah. You want to know where we coming from, say you want come look for me, yeah. If you're willing to have some fun, I could keep you company, move that way, come girl blunder right by me, squeeze that tight, make it trip down there, neighbor, oh, yes, you kindly, Miss Jolene, oh, your mango sweet, so, Jolene, oh, your mango sweet, tell me how it ripe and sweet, so, Jolene, oh, your mango sweet, it's been a while, yeah, oh, yeah, since we built the vibe, yeah, oh, yeah, hey, yo, so let me build it. Girl grind fine like chili baby. Real things start, I no time for no gimmicks. Good vibes only, keep that around me, keep that around me. Let me build it. Move that waist one time skillfully. Girl, you know you look so fine naturally. Real vibes only, keep that around me. Watch how the vibes them sweet, cool and nice. Whole thing set up, peace on my mind. Roll that thing and now we take flight. Trees in abundance, see it all around me, yeah. So let we jam with the heart and love. All
We is family.
It's all long on the ground, girl. You know that
This is the season, baby.
see that nothing sweeter, girl. Know it. Don't throw stone, girl. I go pick neighbor. Oh, ask you kindly, Miss Jolene, Jolene. Tell me how it ripe and sweet, so. Lord, it's been a while, yeah. Oh yeah. When you're giving out, yeah. So let me build it. Girl grind fine like chili baby. Real things start, I no time for no gimmicks. Good vibes only, keep that around me.
Alrighty, my friends, we are at the point where you're going to need to enter those same little addresses we saved earlier. You remember the long one and the short one? Well, this is where they go. So the first one, the operational address, this is the short key. We're going to put that in here. As you can see, the short one and the long one. This is the private key. This is your public key. So we're going to take this, push that, boom. And now it's going to ask for our private key. The private key is right here. We're going to copy, paste that, boom. Hit that, and it's going to run your database migrations, and your node is officially installed and running. But you see how it says logs will be displayed? Well, logs aren't being displayed. Why, Amos? Why? My node is broken. Well, let's close this off. What you actually need to do is just do a quick reboot, okay? For example, it says here, in order to check the logs, you run this command, right? So you come out, you run the command, you see nothing. Okay, let's perform our reboot. And let's reconnect. For those of you using the console, that's literally let's going back into the console and reopening it. Wait, should be good now. And we are back in. Let's clear it out. And what are we going to do is run the exact same command. And what it's going to see is our node is good to go. Welcome to the OriginTrail V6, my beautiful data pioneers. You are officially on the V6 testnet and you're running the latest beta version, which is 1.29. Successful. This is the one that's storing all its data from the telemetry hub. So you're going to want to make sure you're good here. And yes, we do see our first assertion, which is successfully inserted into our database. We are looking a lot like me, which is sexy. So guys, you've officially got your OriginTrail nodes up and running. You're officially participating in the OriginTrail testnet. To be clear, at this point, you're only storing and facilitating data exchange. You're not necessarily publishing or querying the network. So you definitely need to be publishing data in order to receive funds from the bounty. So if you guys want me to release a video on how to publish data, how to actually query the network, let me know if you guys even care about seeing that stuff, or if you're just gonna do it on your own. Of course, you can reach out in the public channels for support. We're here to help. Guys, what's happening with OriginTrail right now is something that has never been done before in crypto. This is not in crypto. No, screw crypto. It's never been done ever, even at the enterprise level. We've never been able to merge all of Web 2. So this is something that is so close to all of us. It's going to impact all of our lives on a very daily basis, on a very, very consistent basis. So I'm just excited for this release because it's everything that we want OriginTrail to be, to grow into. And shout out to everyone on the OriginTrail team, Branimir. And I always say Branimir, but there's a lot of other smart folks there that are doing some really brilliant things. So yeah, I really appreciate what everyone's doing. Check this out. Guys, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and of course, stay beautiful. There's one thing we always have to do on this channel before we leave, and we always tell each other peace and love. But not just sometimes. How often do we want peace and love, guys? Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Always.